What's good, YouTube? Jay Lee here. Got a little message request, which, by the way, I do take message requests. I'm about to upload a video on that. If you guys want me to talk about anything, I'll talk about it. If I know about it or if I have an opinion on it, whatever. If it's something completely off base or off topic, then probably not. But so this guy says, which this is a great comment, by the way. Freaky Jersey Tales. He commented, on my video, are women overseas better? Good comment. He's right. But he did ask me to make a video here on, let's see. Hey Jay, you should do a video on people saying the reason why your relationship marriage didn't work out is because you didn't vet her out properly. I find it funny that there's millions of divorces each year and they automatically assume the only reason why millions and millions of guys had their wives divorce them is because they didn't vet her out. I'm sure that there are many guys that didn't vet her out, but millions on top of millions that didn't. So you're telling me all you have to do is vet her out and everything's going to be peaches and cream without divorce until the end of time? People keep denying the fact that women have an incentive for divorcing their husbands. Many people aren't understanding female nature. Exactly right, man. Very smart guy here. Exactly right. Women have a financial incentive, a social incentive, right? It's becoming in vogue to divorce your husband, and a lot of it has to do with these celebrities, these celebrity women, with their insane standards, right? Oh, if he's not doing everything for you, he's a loser. If he's not this, he's not that, he's a loser, right? It's getting insane, man. Absolutely insane out there. Yeah, man, there's an incentive to divorce, but also you never know. Female nature is female nature. You never know how she's going to feel at any given time. She could lose attraction for you. The thing is we live in a different culture where whatever the woman feels is the precedent. Whatever she feels is the number one thing that goes. I mean, here's the thing, man. People change, environments change, right? But love shouldn't change. Love shouldn't pass away. Love shouldn't, be faltered if your environment changes or, if you change yourself, right? That's the whole thing about love. And in a way, like I can, somewhat, sympathize with the concept that, your feelings might change for someone. That's kind of true. That can happen. But people throw, in 2021, people throw things away, particularly women, because they have so many options. And here's the thing. They've got their friends and family in their ear, right? Telling her she ain't shit, he ain't shit. He's not this, he's not that. He should be making more money. He should be taking you on more dates, right? And the standard goes up and up, always. The standard is always going up. And not only do you have to impress her, you have to impress her friends and family constantly, all the time. You have to constantly impress her and her friends and family. They have to really like you. They got to know that you're taking care of their friend and their little girl and all this stuff. And you got to be Superman in 2021. You can't just be yourself. You can't just be who you are. You got to not only win the hypergamy game for her, you got to win the hypergamy game for her family. So you better hope her family isn't too rich or isn't too stuck up, because you might not make enough money, or your social status and your social class might not be up to snuff for her friends and her family. It might be enough for her, but it might not be enough for her friends and her family. And guess who she cares about more? You or her friends and family? She cares about her friends and family more. Trust me, because this is how women view men. A man can go or leave, right? Men are expendable. Men are utility, a means to an end. This is how women are raised, particularly in the West with modern feminism. Men are not indispensable. Men are not these, you know, hero leaders. Maybe that they are in other countries, if that's even true. But again, you break it down. What is a man's worth in the human race? He has to provide something, some kind of value. He has to protect and provide. And usually that kind of value is very demanding. Imagine constantly having the stress of, I have to take care of my friends, I have to take care of my family. And I got to impress her friends. And I got to impress her family. All the time. That's the standard. All the time, I got to be this guy. I got to be this great guy all the time. Right? And it's like, is that realistic? Is that fair? And yet these women are out here talking about equality, talking about women are the same as men. We're all the same. Like, bullshit. Bullshit. You don't have to impress anybody. All you got to do is show up. Now, I'm not saying, you know, the guy's family and friends, they aren't, you know, somewhat speculative or need to be impressed. But it's a whole lot less than the woman's, because we live in a gynocentric society. Women are less important than men in our society. So yes, absolutely. So vetting is, I mean, come on. If you're a red pill guy and you're talking about vetting women, are you really red pilled? I'd say that's purple pilled. You can't vet female nature because female nature doesn't change. She's always going to be hypergamous. She's always going to practice open hypergamy. So at any point you could have a divorce. I was watching this video the other day about this guy owned a company, like a Fortune 500 company, and he was married for 30 years with his wife. And after 30 years, she still left him. She still divorced him because she just said she just didn't love him anymore. She wasn't feeling it anymore. And she went out and started dating other men. At any time, divorce can happen. And female nature is female nature. This is what I'm saying. It's not the same. And yes, it can happen for men too. But we know statistically that most men do not. Only, I think it's 15 to 20% of men initiate divorce. Divorce is 80 to 85% initiated by women. Those are facts. Sorry. So it's the woman who is losing her attraction for the man. So it's not about vetting. It's just, you just shouldn't get married. You just shouldn't do it. It's not wise. It's not smart. But we have this blue pill conditioning. We have this blue pill mentality that, oh, we're supposed to get married, right? Not the case, man. Not the case. You know, particularly in the red pill community, and I do hear this. I hear this in the red pill community. Guys talking like this. It's the same thing with guys saying, oh, we'll go overseas. I'll go overseas and get a girl. Okay, well, then what? I hope you don't bring her back to America. Because there's going to be some guy, you know, down the block who makes more money than you. She's not going to be attracted to you anymore, man. That's what I'm saying, man. If you don't have some kind of... Here's how you vet a woman. You need a love foundation. A love foundation, if such a thing is possible. And she needs to prove to you over many years, at least 5 years, that she's down for you no matter what. And you guys need to go through all kinds of trials and tribulations for your relationship to work. She needs to be down with you when you're on the bus. Go listen to 50 Cent. I'm not a fan of 50 Cent, but I like that song 21 Questions. I like that song 21 Questions by 50 Cent. Go listen to 50 Cent 21 Questions. When he's talking about, would you love me if I was on the bus? Would you love me if I had nothing? Would you love me if I lost it all? Right? That's a dope song. That's a real song. I was feeling that song 15 years ago when it was first released, or however, but 20 years ago now, I think. But anyway, that's a real song. Okay? Is a woman gonna love you when you got nothing? Is she gonna love you when you ain't shit? Is she gonna love you when you're on the bus? That's vetting. Vetting is not like, oh, I need to figure out and try to see if she has these qualities I like. You've already lost the game, right? Because most guys are still not out of that blue pill conditioning. They still are under the idea that, oh, I got to go out and make money because I'm a man. That's what men do. Well, you've lost the game right there. Because if she wouldn't be with you when you're down and out and you got nothing, then you can't properly vet. That's female nature, though. They want a man to take care of him. So it's not about vetting. It's essentially rolling the dice. You're just rolling the dice, man. It's a 50-50 proposition. Most marriages that end in divorce end after about, I think it's 7 to 9 years. So you got 7 to 9 years maybe of marriage, and after that you have a 50% chance ending in divorce. I mean, that's the average of when, but you get what I'm saying. 50-50 chance, man. And sometimes, some years it's 60+%, the divorce rate. So you don't gotta, vetting doesn't matter. Like, and trust me, women know what you want. They know what guys want. They know guys want sweet, submissive girls who aren't loud and opinionated. Now, the arrogant ones, I mean, they vet themselves, right? Because men don't want that. But a woman knows. She knows how to get a man and keep a man. Oh, I can't be too loud. Oh, I can't be too obnoxious. I shouldn't be too fat. But this is all in the first stages. Who she really is comes out 4 to 5 years down the road. That's who she really is, right? Who she really, there's a good saying that I like, and it's an old saying, and it's a great saying, and it's just a sage, solid saying. You don't really know who somebody is until there's trouble. A person's character comes out when there's trouble. A person's real character comes out when there's trouble. Okay, so and that's basic for anybody. When problems happen, then you'll know who she really is. When you lose your job, when you get sick, when you get depression, when you aren't as happy as you used to be, when you guys don't go out as much as you used to be, as you used to. See, this one, there's this thought in the red pill community, and I think it comes from Rollo Tomassi, and I don't like this shit. I'm not saying it's wrong per se, but I don't like it because it encourages men to do this saying where you always got to game your girlfriend. You can never stop gaming your girlfriend. You can never stop gaming your wife. And it's just like, fuck that, right? And I'm not saying you should be shitty. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy your wife flowers or take your girlfriend on dates. I'm not saying that. I'm saying fuck the idea that you have to always impress her or she's gonna leave you. Fuck that concept at its core. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I think it's pretty true. And that's what sucks. So it's like, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to placate her female nature where you've always got to be the best guy she can get, or at least the best guy that she's chosen, and you've always got to take her out? And I know girls say things like, I mean, I know the shit that they say. Well, I could have got someone better, but I love him. I love him. Yeah, but you wouldn't love him if he didn't have his money. You wouldn't love him if he didn't take you on dates. If things got hard enough, she would leave you. If things got hard enough, she would ditch you for somebody else. I don't care how long you've been together. I don't care how much you think she loves you. All right. With that said, I'm not saying that you can never find somebody who will totally be with you through thick and thin, who really, really does love you like a motherfucker, who loves you unconditionally if you lost your job. I'm not saying you can't find that. I'm just saying that that's not what women really are about for the most part. They come around when you're successful. They come around when you got the nest built, when you're paying the mortgage, when you got the career. That's when they come around. They don't come around when you're struggling. They don't come around when you got nothing. And yes, for the black pill guys out there who are listening, looks matter. Your looks matter. She'll fall in love with the guy who she's really attracted to. And he might not be that. Shit, I got a brother. No shame. I got a brother who women have always liked his whole life. He's better looking than me, right? And for all intents and purposes, he's kind of a bummy guy. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't work. He's a stay-at-home dad. And he kind of puts all the stress and pressure on his wife to provide. And I'm not saying that's right, but I know the reason why she's with him, because he was a bad boy. He's got this bravado about him. I know my brother. It's how he always is. And I'm not sitting here trying to throw my brother under the bus. I'm just using it as, as an example. It's a true example. Girls have liked him his whole life. Girls have chased him his whole life. And to tell you the truth, he was kind of a bastard to them. He was a gigolo. He would use them for money and all this kind. That's my brother. I love my brother, but I'm not gonna lie and act like he was a good dude. He wasn't. And yet females still chose him for marriage, and he's got kids from other women, that he doesn't even see, like for all intents and purposes, he's that guy. He's that guy that these women talk bad about. Oh, he's a deadbeat dad, woo, woo, woo. He's that guy. But guess what? He still found love in marriage. Well, I don't know about love, but he still found marriage and then love in their own way, right? But why? Because he's really good looking and he's a bad boy. That's why. So you have to have something of value, right? And I say that, I mean, like, we all appreciate good looks and things like that. It's not that I'm saying there's a double standard. It's that what I'm trying to convey is that females are materialistic and shallow in their nature. They don't just love you because you're that person that they love, and no, they love you for solipsistic reasons. They love you because you make them feel not you make them feel special. You tap into that selfishness that they're like, oh, he's mine. This high value man is mine. Like, have you ever seen a little girl with a doll and she's clutching it like it's just hers? She doesn't love that doll. She loves that doll for herself. She doesn't love that doll for the doll's good. You see, it's a solipsism. It's a selfishness. So you can't vet that. You can't vet female nature, right? Even if you did, it could still change at any time, right? And here's the other thing. Women act like they're all loyal. Women are like, oh, I was with this guy for so long and he was a bum and he didn't work, but I was still loyal to him. And so I've talked to women like this. And so I said, well, why'd you guys break up? Well, he didn't want to grow and he didn't want to get a job. And I was with him. It's like, you were with him because you thought he was going to change. You were with him because you loved him for what he is, no job and all. If you really loved him so much, why did you just tell me that he was a bum? You were taking note of that. It's funny how women know everything about our finances, right? Women know all about our finances. They know how much money we make. They know how much value we have financially, social. This is what they care about. This is their nature, right? And a lot of times, when people get married and when women get married, they think that it's something that it isn't. They think it's going to be this great thing. Oh, now I'm married and I'll live happily ever after. And then they realize, oh, wait a minute, this is work. I got to love this person, but it's work. It's work loving somebody. I got to work at this. I got to really love this guy. This isn't all about me. This isn't my marriage. I got to actually, I gotta love another person. And it's like, they don't know how to do that, because particularly in the West, but everywhere, I mean, women are solipsistic. This is because we give them this privilege. Because of gynocentrism, we give them this privilege of, being the prize. Women believe they're the prize because everywhere guys are clamoring after them. Guys are trying to sleep with them. Guys are trying to date them. Guys are trying to marry them. So it goes to their head. I'm the prize. And then they go into a marriage and they still think I'm the prize. And then they realize, oh, wait a minute. he's not treating me like I'm the prize all the time, every day. And I'm not saying the guy's dogging on her or anything, but she wants to feel special. She wants to, and this is why you have women like Ayesha Curry, right? And of course, we know Del Curry's wife, left him after 30 years or however long, right? And he's a super successful guy, great character, great, good looking guy, success, money. But look at Ayesha Curry. I mean, Steph Curry is one of the best basketball players of all time. Maybe top 10. Maybe arguably the best point guard or shooting guard of all time. One of them. And that's not enough. She still needs attention. She still needs to feel validation from random guys. You see? So it's not like you can't vet that. That's something that's intrinsic. That's something that could pop out at any time. And trust me, she will act all goody-goody. She will act like everything's all good. She will love bomb you the first 5 years. She'll suck your balls. She'll make you feel like you're the king of kings. Because this is what women do. Right? It's because she wants you, but then what? Then you get married, things change. She's no longer staying in shape. She no longer treats you like a king, right? And vice versa. Now the man's like, well, I got you. I don't have to keep taking you on dates. I don't have to keep impressing you. And of course, women today, they feel like, oh, well, you should love me when I'm at my worst, or you don't deserve me. But it's not the same way with him. He's always got to be on his P's and Q's. He's always got to be impressing her, right? So these guys are fools, man. These guys who, I can vet a woman. It's like, nah, man, just take the red pill. Just understand female nature. Just take the red pill. And sometimes in life, there's just no answer. Sometimes in life, there's just nothing you can do, man. And when you understand that, yeah, man, she can leave you high and dry at any moment. She can divorce you. She can, and what do you want to do? You want to be trying to impress this woman for the rest of your life? It's like, you can't just exhibit love. You can't just be comfortable in who you are. Like, hopefully you at least find a woman like that if you can. But it's very questionable. Can you really? Can you really? Is she out there? Is there that unicorn out there that's just so, I don't know, man. I've been pretty convinced that doesn't exist. At the very least, women will always want you for your money. Meaning, if you don't have money, she's gonna leave you, period. Because that's just bottom line, at the very least. And for that reason, I could never get married. For that reason alone. So I have to buy a woman? Well, I don't want that kind of love. So I'm just saying, man. Vetting, I would say vetting is better than not vetting. I would say it's better to, at least try to vet your woman. Like, if you're gonna do it, try to vet a woman. But yeah, you're silly if you think that that's just totally gonna work all the time. It's like, nah, man, like, they can change up and switch on you at any moment. Any moment she could just decide she wants to be with somebody else. Or any moment some fucking Antonio Banderas could walk into her life and steal her from her work or something. At any moment. And most, I think it's 50% of women have backup guys or something like that in case your relationship doesn't work out. Even in marriage, they got backup guys, meaning they got a guy in their orbiter / friend zone who they could just jump right into a relationship with him, man. At any moment, she could leave. Some other guy could come along and she could just have an affair. And then are you going to take her back? I bet a lot of guys would too. Oh, she cheated. Oh, the love bond is broken. The trust is gone. She cheated on you. And she'll swear up and down, I'm sorry. It was just a one-time thing. I made a mistake. And many guys would forgive her because they love her, because this is how men love, right? We love unconditionally, right? Most of us. But that's one condition that has to, because that's bottom line. I mean, no, we don't expect her to have money. We don't expect her to pay the bills and have the house. We don't expect really much of women. We just want loyalty. That's it. Don't be too fat. Be loyal. Don't talk too much. We have very low standards. Be somewhat decent looking. Suck our dick. You know? Don't withhold sex from us. That's it. That's all we really care about. But you got to be loyal. Oh, you're not loyal? Bro, you're not loyal? Fucking get out of here. Like, but they can't even do that. So many women are just not even loyal. And that's something you can't vet, because that can happen at any time. So this is why we say in the red pill that it's not beneficial to get married. So any guy who's talking about vetting women and calls himself red pill, I question if you're really red pill. Really, you're purple pill. Truthfully, you're purple pill. At best, you're probably still blue pill, but you think you're red pilled. Because if you're red pilled, there's really very little upside to getting married, man. You get some constant pussy. That's about it. She says she loves you, but her love is conditional and it can change at any time. You really want that over your head? Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Appreciate you listening. And again, if you guys have suggestions for videos, let me know. I like helping you out. I like talking about these kind of things, as far as, you know, knowing that I'm supplying good information to you guys, and at least from my perspective, and I like learning as well, and I like the back and forth. So appreciate you guys listening to my channel. As always, it's been Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.